What's up, you guys? It's your boy Justin Passetti back again with another Theta token video, another Theta token update. Just a friendly reminder, I put all the links down below in the description so you can follow along with me, and also follow me on my social media pages, especially on Instagram and Twitter. But diving into everything like we normally do, huge announcement that Amazon is most likely the partner with Theta just because they bought MGM, and MGM is already a partner in itself with Theta Network. And also, if you are before diving into Twitter and all the news, if you're a new viewer, please hit that like and subscribe button if you want to stay tuned for more Theta Network updates, partnerships, and future NFTs. So diving into everything like we normally do. So here we go. We're going to check this out. It's going to be a post made by The Wire. So going on, seeing that Wired, they are verified on Twitter, saying that Amazon finally officially owns MGM, but the question is, will the catalog be enough to compete with streamers with more on their shelves? It's going to be a lot of competition in terms of the streaming service altogether, but with Theta Network and all the partnerships that they're slowly and quietly making, a lot more for global adoption, our favorite term. So we're going to look at this a little more in detail, so definitely bear with me. And then another tweet, we're seeing that Discussing Films says that Amazon has finalized their merger with MGM. Just love seeing that there are more people who are liking and retweeting this type of news. So with The Wire, they have about 55 likes, it looks like 10 retweets only. I guess there's not that many people retweeting this one, but then when you see the announcement with Discussing Films, we have about 517 retweets and basically 5,500 likes on this post. So going on to the article itself, or actually before the article, excuse me, we're going to see that the partners, we do have MGM right here partnered on the Theta Network website, especially with other individuals like Katy Perry, One Champion, Lionsgate, NASA, so many more individuals and partners, and these are just the partners. There's a lot more in terms of who is all involved with Theta Network, so these are Theta investors, so definitely check out all the links down below so you guys stay caught up with the most relevant Theta news. So going on to the article, before diving into the rest of this video, seeing that Amazon finally officially owns MGM, now what? As streamers contribute to consolidate a land grab, will owning the classic Hollywood studio give Amazon the edge it needs? I believe it might in the really near future. When I think of edge, I was gonna say edge node, a type of Theta joke right there, if you definitely understand that. Scrolling down, we're going to see that The Monitor is a weekly column devoted to everything happening in the wired world of culture, from movies to memes, TV to Twitter. Amazon now owns James Bond and RoboCop and a few Rockies. Yes, nearly a year after it announced its $8.45 billion acquisition of MGM. The Everything Store finally closed the deal Thursday, saying the classic Hollywood studio will complement Prime Video and Amazon Studios, working in delivering a diverse offering of entertainment choices to customers. No doubt its 4,000 films and thousands of hours of television will do that, but will it be enough? I do believe so. Like I mentioned, Theta Network in terms of streaming, Theta is going back to the roots, other than I know the last few months have been more geared towards NFTs, but now we're going back to the gaming and streaming service industries. Going back into the article, we're going to see that the entire ecosystem of streaming is a flux right now. Streaming service subscriptions increased 14% in 2021, and while that's a lot, it's less than 26% increase in the prior year. When the global subscription surpassed 1 billion as COVID-19 pandemic kept many people at home, Netflix investors are worried about tepid user growth, and while the number of original series released on streaming platforms increased 54% last year to nearly 700 shows, according to the Motion Picture Association, the number of original films produced by streamers stayed flat, 179 movies produced in both 2020 and 2021. COVID likely hampered plans to expand, but the fact remains that market saturation feels inevitable. Viewers can only watch so much, which is really true in itself. I do believe there are a lot more Netflix and streaming original shows on their platforms like Hulu, Netflix, Amazon has their own streaming services, and it's just getting bigger, and then there's going to be a little more help, and I do believe that's where Theta Network and their partnerships with other celebrities and individuals do play a huge factor. So going on to more of this article, to that end, the world's massive media companies are putting their eggs into new baskets, making sure they have enough of what viewers want to see to keep them from canceling. Last year, AT&T spun off Warner Media, home of Warner Bros. And HBO, among others, to merge it with Discovery, home of Oprah Winfrey's own Shark Week, and shows about homes. Well, the deal is complete. Discovery and HBO Max are expected to merge into a blowout streaming service. No word yet on whether this means getting a show where Batman comes to goth out your fixer-upper. Disney has already put all of its Marvel to Star Wars, Pixar, and National Geographic offerings onto Disney+, and now Amazon has all of MGM. It's a huge catalog, one that it can fold into a content it already produces, like the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, but the question is, will the catalog be enough to compete with streamers with more on their shelves? Let's see what else we got here. Unlike Disney or Warner Media, which have decades worth of material, or Netflix, which has aggressive in its production of original content, to say the least, Amazon Prime Video doesn't have a massive coffer of exclusives. You can rent a lot of titles, but its original content offerings are relatively small. The MGM buy, if anything, signals the company realized it needs to beef up the number of movies and shows that people know they can reliably find on the service. It did with the Wheel of Time last year, and it'll make another play for the eyeballs in September when it releases its mass Tolkien adaptation, The Lord of the Rings of Power, that might just be enough to keep it from getting eclipsed by other more robust streaming services. If not, folks might still keep their Prime membership because they like 2-day shipping, which is very true in itself. Amazon is growing as a platform altogether as one of the bigger industries of buying certain products and things for home. So with this membership, and then also building on the streaming aspect and shows, especially with the MGM merger of having other films, I do believe that there's going to be small steps in order to make giant increases in the project in terms of Theta network. Going back onto the article, we're going to see that really is different. As much as the streaming wars can feel like a knockdown, drag out fight, Amazon can spend time on the ropes because streaming isn't its core business. Selling you stuff is. The MGM deal signals that it wants to fight it out until the end, but doesn't have to. Amazon increased the cost of Prime last month and isn't expected to lose many members. In doing so, it might even continue to gain them. Meanwhile, Netflix is testing ways to crack down on password sharing, and while Warner Media is finally hitting its subscriber forecast, it did so at the expense of putting its 2021 film slate on HBO Max, upsetting more than a few Hollywood players. Amazon doesn't have this problem. MGM is excited to be putting its offers on the Prime. The studio also plans to keep producing the movies and shows that lives in its tent, though no one is saying which ones. It doesn't matter. Even if Amazon doesn't win the streaming wars by acquiring MGM, it still proves that this is no time to die. And it's referring to the very beginning of the top right here, the James Bond. I believe that's the most recent and last installment of Daniel Craig's movie. But going on to the overall topic of Theta Network, I do believe since the merger of Amazon owning and buying MGM, like it mentioned, it is not mainly focused on streaming, but it's slowly getting there because we know the type of giant it is in the whole world in terms of buying and selling type of goods for the consumers altogether. And honestly, it may not be the most home run hit of the park, but we're going to get a couple bases, I do believe, and it's just going to take some time and processes before Amazon really gets it. And if we know what Amazon does, they are, like I said, a giant in the whole ecosystem of the world. But that is all I have for today's video. Definitely, if you're new to the channel or you're returning but not yet subscribed, please hit that like and subscribe button, as it does help on my YouTube channel and helps you guys find more relevant news on Theta Network, updates, partnerships, and NFT updates. But that is all I have. Like I mentioned, don't forget to check out all the links down below in the description, and also comment down what you guys think about this merger altogether and what you guys think about the future of Theta Network. But until the next video, it's your boy Justin Massetti, so try to keep up. Okay.